Yo guys, welcome back to another video. Today we have another Chelsea transfer news update. Let's make this a little short and snappy one. But there are some good stories nonetheless. I've gone out onto the internet, done my research on the 4 best and most worthwhile stories on the world of Chelsea today. Starting off with Chelsea, among other Premier League teams, contacting the agent of a £45 million midfielder. So despite growing beliefs yesterday that Manchester United had gone further and looking likely or being more and more heavily linked with Atletico midfielder Saul, it is actually Chelsea and Manchester City, the 2 Champions League finalists, who have reportedly actually made contact with his agent, which is going further than what Manchester United did. Saul is under contract with Atletico Madrid till 2026 and is one of their most highest earners at the club, but didn't really feature too much under Diego Simeone and believes his future is lying away from Atletico Madrid, or Diego Simeone especially, because his football doesn't really suit the style of play that they play over there. With Atletico Madrid under financial strain, they've offered him to Barcelona and Juventus in recent weeks, involving a swap deal with Barcelona's Antoine Griezmann, but that all collapsed. A report on Sunday suggested that there was a growing belief from Manchester United that they could land Saul for around £45 million, despite his buyout clause being £128 million. But Spanish reports now claim that it's Chelsea and Manchester City who have made the most progress towards securing a deal for Saul. And according to Marca via Sports Witness, they state that the 2 Champions League finalists, Chelsea and Manchester City, despite Chelsea really the ones that came on top, have been in contact with Saul's agents over a potential summer move. The report claims Thomas Tuchel is the driving interest from Chelsea, while there is no further information from Liverpool's angle, that says angling, I don't know even what that means. But the clubs that are really interested are Man United, Man City, Chelsea and Liverpool. So the top 4 in the Premier League. I think Juve were interested, but I don't think they really have the financial strain to pull it off. And Barcelona, same with them, they don't have the money. So it's up to these 4. I don't think we need him, but it would be nice to have him. He didn't really do much in the round of 16 in the Champions League, in which we did beat them yet again. But I don't think he's a desperate transfer we need. Like, I wouldn't be down on my knees praying that we sign him. And then if he doesn't sign, I'm not going to be crying. But if we did, I will be slightly happy, because he is a good player and he's still pretty young as well. Secondly, the Athletic report that Newcastle are keen on midfield duo Ross Barkley and Conor Gallagher as a backup in case Joe Willock's return to the St George's. I should know that. I should definitely know that. St George's Park, I'm pretty sure, fails to materialise. Barkley was on loan at Aston Villa last season. Conor Gallagher was on loan at West Bromwich Albion last season, and their Stamford Bridge future is still uncertain, with them both back at training now. They played the intra-squad friendly and a game against Peterborough. Thomas Tuchel is looking who he'd prefer to have in the team, but we'll have to keep going on that, because they're going to have to work hard if they want to stay. I think Barkley probably wants to leave, but we have no clue. I think Gallagher wants to stay, but if he had a loan move elsewhere, probably not a bad move for him. But next story is an interesting one, and one that I'm very happy with. Yeah, Newcastle are reportedly interested in the Chelsea pair, Ross Barkley and Conor Gallagher, even if they do re-sign Joe Willock. Now, they're not going to sign all 3. That's just very unlikely, considering they do have, what are those brothers called? Oh god, what are they called? Oh, there's a ginger one and a blonde one. They're both pretty good, both midfielders. The ginger one, the younger one, scored against Man United. Long shot, got them the win, I'm pretty sure. And they have John Joe Shelby as well. Absolute goats. They don't need all 3. Though they are all good players, they won't get all 3. I think Joe Willock, I really have no clue if that deal will materialise. I do understand Gallagher and Barkley going, but I don't think both will go to the same club as well. But what do you guys think? Would you like both Barkley and Gallagher to stay or leave permanently, or get loaned out? I'd like to see Gallagher get loaned out and Barkley potentially permanently leave, so we can free up funds for something else last, which is one you should definitely stick around for, because it is one of the biggest news stories in months for Chelsea. But going on to the third one, Thomas Tuchel's new Michael Ballack could be set for a comeback season at Chelsea. Now, my favourite Chelsea player this season, or last season, is probably Mason Mount. My favourite Chelsea player doesn't actually play for Chelsea last season. Well, he didn't, but now he does. And Thomas Tuchel has apparently been very impressed in what he has seen over the last few weeks of training and could be set for a return to the first team, having impressed his manager in pre-season, according to Football London. Am I going to say who it is yet? Maybe I'll keep it going for a little bit. He's 25 years old and he had a rather underwhelming loan spell last season, and his team did end up getting relegated. So it's not Gallagher. So there's only one player it could be. Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Oh my days. What a baller. Absolutely love him. He's so good. He's just like the perfect midfielder. He's strong. He's quick. Driving with the ball is perfect. His runs are perfect. He's just the perfect midfielder for me. He can defend as well. He can get back. And he's a tall midfielder as well. That's something that Chelsea have really lacked in the past few seasons, with Kante and Gilmour in midfield. 5'6" and 5'6". You don't really have that physical presence there. Like, Kante is a strong geezer, but you don't have a 6'3" Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Anyway, according to Football London, he has impressed manager Thomas Tuchel over pre-season and could be looking to get a sniff into the first team next season. He could play in the double sixes. I don't really know if that would be his strongest position. Also, he could play in one of those number 10s like Mason Mount has been doing. But then I don't know if that's his strongest position. I think his strongest position is probably a number 8. So if he played a 4-3-3, Kante, Mount, and oh my god, that is a disgusting midfield. N'Golo Kante in the middle, Mason Mount on the left, and Ruben Loftus-Cheek on the right. Erling Haaland up top. On the left, who we have on the left? Werner. Okay, let's go. Oh, Pulisic. No, Pulisic on the left. On the right, we'd have Havertz. That is a disgusting team. That midfield especially. Jesus. With Billy Gilmour actually going on loan to Norwich, it could pave the way for Ruben Loftus-Cheek to get into the first team. Not every week. I don't think we can expect him to get into the team every week. But he could have a resurgence under a new manager. Didn't really work out for him under Frank Lampard, which is interesting because I thought one of the best midfielders in history would be able to help Ruben Loftus-Cheek get better, but he was injured for the first season and on loan for the second one, so he couldn't have done anything anyway. But that season under Maurizio Sarri, where he scored in the Europa League, helped us reach the final. I want him back. I want that Ruben Loftus-Cheek back, and I think it could work out for him under Thomas Tuchel. Back in April, Thomas Tuchel was talking about Ruben Loftus-Cheek and said he was quite a fan of him even when he was younger. His style of play and movements reminded us a bit of Michael Ballack. One thing I've noticed about Thomas Tuchel, he doesn't say he reminds me. He reminds us. That's what he said. He always says us or we. I'm guessing that's talking about his backroom staff and his assistant managers. But that's something that you don't normally see. You normally say, he's impressed me, or I'm impressed with him. You don't say he impressed us or we're impressed. Like Ballack, Loftus-Cheek ticks all the boxes in terms of physical attributes and is by far the tallest midfielder in the team. Loftus-Cheek is not the only player that has caught Thomas Tuchel's eye. However, as young right-back Dujon Sterling and young striker Armando Broja have also impressed the German this pre-season, according to reports. Earlier reports suggested that Tuchel is looking to strengthen both right-back and striker positions. But with these two coming in, do we even need a striker? Yes, we do. Yes, we do need a striker. Moving perfectly into our last story. Could Chelsea have already made a 130 million pound bid for Erling Haaland? What? So I just want to say this is a Instagram account, CFC News page, 200,000 followers. They haven't actually said where they've got the source from. So I'm just assuming they are the source. But why would a 200,000 follower Instagram account have insides of Erling Haaland? That's my first worry. But let me read it out. Erling Haaland update. I was told on the 17th of July, that's 9 days ago, that Chelsea have lined up a £130 million bid for Erling Braut Haaland to test the waters of BVB, which will be offered imminently. However, it is said that the offer will be kept in secret until Borussia Dortmund finish the transfer of Haaland, so that PSV don't take advantage of the bid. Because if Chelsea publicly offered £130 million to Dortmund and then they accept it, then PSV can probably raise the price of that £30 million that they're selling Haaland for to Dortmund. So that's an interesting one. 17th of July, that's 9 days, over a week ago. And the Haaland deal is pretty much done. So could they have made the bid, just it's been kept so secret that no one knows? That's a mental one. Secondly, the team Haaland, as Jan Arge Fjortoft says, are tempted by Chelsea's offer. They see Chelsea as a significant step in improving Haaland's game with the chances Tuchel's team create game after game. They're also excited about the financial package Chelsea offers. Haaland can get his wages tripled from 100k a week to 300k a week, while Alfie, and that's his dad, and Mino Raiola also get 40 million euros, which will be settled from personal checks by Roman Abramovich. This will be accounted outside Chelsea's transfer budget. If the bid does get rejected by Dortmund, then they are told Chelsea will go in with another bid, which would be 130 million plus 20 million added on bonuses. The bonuses include 5 million for winning the Premier League, 5 million for winning the Champions League, 5 million for a fixed number of appearances at Chelsea, and 5 million for a fixed number of goals at Chelsea. The feeling inside CFC is that they're confident they will land Erling Haaland this summer. I also want to add, a bid to test the waters is mostly done to check the reaction of the other team. So Chelsea have made a bid, £130 million for Erling Haaland. Now, I don't know how true or reliable this is, that's the only worry. But according to this, Chelsea have made the bid. Chelsea are pretty confident that Dortmund won't be accepting the bid of 130 million, so it probably got rejected. And the magical figure that Borussia Dortmund quoted for Haaland is 150 million. And if you add up those bonuses, that adds to 150 million. So Chelsea got it all planned out. 130, they're probably already made and probably already rejected. Now as soon as the Haaland deal gets wrapped up, then they can start just throwing money at Dortmund. And Erling Haaland could be on his way to Chelsea. That is mental. So what? We've made a bid. According to this source. Not according to me. Don't shoot the messenger. According to this source. Anyway, on that note, thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're around here. Comment your thoughts down below. 130 mil for Haaland, 150 mil. Considering we can get for half that next season, is it worth it? I think so. For another season, I wouldn't mind spending double. And also considering you probably go to Man City next season, then I think it's worth it getting him this season. Anyway, this has not been a short video, like I said. Thank you very much for watching and goodbye.